So some of you might remember that I said I'm gonna be ranting about things that really bother me during the We Have a Problem video. And even though I have a cold right now, I think I'm gonna make the first video about that. Overall, I have a fairly strong opinion when it comes to certain things. Mostly things such as speedrunning, or Super Smash Bros, or game design, or, well, all sorts of those things. And this time, I'm gonna rant a little bit about the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Elite mode, because really, it's pointless. But let's start from the beginning. As a huge Super Smash Bros. Fan, I have been playing this game competitively for quite some time. Sure, not high level, but I've followed the competitive scene and I've been playing competitively myself. For me, it all started with Super Smash Bros. Melee. I entered the competitive scene in 2007 and was active over 2009 and 2010. While I have attended several tournaments after, I've never really grinded after 2010, so I never really placed well. I never really placed well overall. So when Brawl came around, I was super hyped for that game, but eventually realized that the game's too slow for me, so I stick to Melee. Long story short, I skipped out on Smash 4 as well because it was too slow and eventually ended up playing on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Because I was able to play the beta of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I knew that this is the game for me. I wanted to play this competitively. I wanted to sink into it and have it consume my soul. Also, Ness isn't a bad character in that game, so that's a plus as well. Eventually, during a Nintendo Direct, I heard about Elite Smash, the ultimate competitive online mode. And boy, was I hyped. Elite Smash meant to me that I can prove to myself that I'm actually a good player. And so, after the release of the game, I grinded for a couple of days and actually made it into Elite Smash. But before I actually start ranting about it, what is Elite Smash? Elite Smash is basically solo online play, but with higher skilled players. Or that's what it's supposed to be. For the team, that was actually used to gather stats on characters and check on who to nerf and who to buff. So it made sense because people that weren't that good weren't taken into consideration as much. That is the theory, at least. Because the online mode of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a mess. It's always been, and it seems like Nintendo hasn't learned a whole lot ever since Super Smash Bros. Brawl when it comes to it. Honestly, you have a 6-frame input lag by default, and Nintendo doesn't use it to implement the online lag into those 6 frames of input lag. Did you ever learn anything about online multiplayer? But let's not get into that right now. So, like I said, internally the stats of Elite Smash were supposed to be used to balance characters. Super nice idea if there weren't characters that can abuse the online Smash lag. And thus, it only took like 1 or 2 patches for Nintendo to ditch the online stats and actually use offline stats. Congratulations, you made a mode for nothing. But wait, what if it's actually validation for the people that are good? I mean, maybe it's not used internally, but if you get there, you gotta be good at the game, right? Boy, are you wrong. When I got into Elite Smash, I felt validated in my skill, and so I attended my first online tournament. I went in with a super positive mindset that I can't be that bad and I gotta make it at least a couple of rounds. Boy, was I wrong. I didn't take a single match. And that wasn't even because the online lag screwed me up or anything like that. It's just, Elite Smash doesn't really mean anything. I'm not planning on discouraging anyone to get into Smash if they can't get into Elite Smash, because trust me, if you just started with a game, boy is it a grind. But if you want to start with tournaments and you can't make it into Elite Smash, you're not gonna have fun at the tournaments. At least not if you're playing to win there. Don't get me wrong, offline tournaments are super fun for people no matter the skill level, and you will learn so many things just by playing other people that you could never learn when playing online. And not only that, those events are super fun on a social level as well. But if you're going to a tournament with a mindset that you want to win, that you want to have a chance at winning this tournament, and just made it into Elite, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. And all this stuff just really makes me question, what is Elite Smash? Elite Smash was praised. You are the top of the top if you make it there. No, you're not. In fact, you're not even close. When the game was released, there were tons of videos online that were like, "This is what it looks like to be in Elite Smash with Donkey Kong." Well, congratulations, you're average from a competitive standpoint. As someone who tried to use Elite Smash as his own validation for his skill, this entire experience was a kick in the teeth. Of course, you could now say, well, then just disregard it, and you would be right to a certain degree. But I know a lot of people that can't even make it into Elite Smash, and that's totally fine, really. The problem is just, they're finally gonna make it into Elite Smash after days, weeks, or maybe months of practicing, just to realize that they've been practicing the wrong way all along. And this is what bothers me about it. Not only does it encourage using an online mode that is severely flawed, but the way to get there as well is just not useful for anyone. You get hardly any matchup experience, if any at all, because people just play 1 or 2 matches. You sometimes have to deal with items or with GSP hoggers that play with 1 stock and the least amount of time possible in order to climb the GSP to get into Elite themselves, which isn't fun. It just outright isn't fun. And this makes me wonder, what is the point of this mode? Really, what's the point? You get no matchup experience, you don't learn to read your opponents, you don't see your own mistakes, you're just really trying to improve a number. And the biggest problem I see there is, you would think that this is the amazing, awesome, perfect entry for someone who's trying to get into competitive Smash, just so they can figure out after weeks and months of playing that they've been doing it wrong all along. This entire thing would look differently if you could add people from that online mode into your friends list and play with them regularly, because that would allow you to actually improve on matchup experience. But you can't even do that. You read a name and they're never to be found after they leave the lobby. And all of a sudden, you have to deal with another person and probably another character as well. So to sum it up, what is glorified as a perfect entry opportunity for players is just a waste of time. This entire mode and this entire promoted goal is just a waste of time. It doesn't help you. I don't know the point of this anymore. And while people told me at the very beginning that reaching Elite Smash is pointless, and they were right, I still tried to reach it because I wanted to reach this token. I wanted to reach this milestone just to figure out I've been doing it for nothing all along. And yet you find videos uploaded on a daily basis glorifying Elite Smash, trying to prove how good of a Smash player their uploader is, while it really doesn't show anything. If you're watching someone who made it into Elite Smash, you might as well look at a low-level competitive player. You can't tell the difference if you're not into it yourself. And this wouldn't be that much of an issue if people wouldn't regard it as like the highest of the highs when it comes to Super Smash Bros. Online. Oh, and let's just disregard the fact that you will immediately drop out of Elite Smash if you lose 4 or 5 times in a row, no matter your GSP. So that's that. So what hints would I give you if you were to tell me that you want to start with competitive Smash Bros? Well, first of all, look for communities. There are several communities and Discord servers just waiting for you to join them. There are so many tournaments you can attend that are basically just a train ride away. But I can understand that you don't want to spend money just to get kicked out of a tournament. So there are other ways. Ever since the Melee Net Play days, there is a website called Smash Ladder which uses an actual ranking system. You can use this for matchmaking and to look for people that are evenly skilled with you or better. And unlike with Smash Bros. Online by default, you can actually meet people here that you can play constantly with and practice together. Apart from that, there are regional online tournaments hosted basically every week. Sure, those things can get frustrating if you're getting kicked out like right away, but it shows you where you're standing. Your ranking on online tournaments doesn't depend on some arbitrary number of which we don't even know the peak of. If you lose, you lose. That's all there is to it. So if you want to get into competitive Smash, I highly suggest don't use solo online play. And don't even think about getting into Elite Smash. It's not worth it. No matter how you look at it, it's not worth it. From absolutely no standpoint on. It doesn't mean anything, and it's completely, utter garbage. Okay, that wording was maybe a little harsh, but someone had to say it. So, yeah, that was my little ranting video. I mean, I didn't really get emotional, but boy, someone had to say it. I've tried to look at it, and there is no video that really says how horrible the online mode of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is. So maybe you share my opinion, maybe you don't. Leave it in the comments. And if I should never do a video like that again, leave it in the comments, I guess.